Hey YouTube, coming at you with a subscriber who hit Legend in the Fantasy Cup with this team. Actually sent me the 10 battles after he hit Legend, but it was with this team. So Azumarill, Lucario, and Magnezone. It's funny because I actually just filmed a video that I was going to put up today with an Azumarill double steal team. But then once I saw this in the submissions and it's a Legend team, I'd rather hit that first. But it's the same concept of what I had in my team. But Azumarill, Lucario, Magnezone. So it's exact same concept where you're weak to fighting, you're weak to fire, and then Azumarill will deal with those. So my guess is you safe swap one out. Lucario's probably safer than Magnezone because Magnezone, if you see like a G-Fisk or a yeah, and you also did I say wait you're weak to fire? You're weak to three things: fire, fighting, and ground. So quite a lot of weaknesses, but yeah, I've played this exact same, not the same team, different back Pokemon, which you will see tomorrow. In this matchup, I'm talking like I'm showcasing it. Let's see what you do here. In this matchup, going for the play rough, let's see if you absorb one and then switch out, or try and catch, or do what? My guess is you just may absorb a moon, or shield Moonblast. I think you have to eventually try and get out into Lucario and something though. Going to try to take switch here or grab a shield. And there's your Lucario switch in here, which I think you have to. Surf will hurt Lucario because it's pretty glossy, but you'll live. Get what, 50%-ish? Whoa, oh my god. Lucario is so glassy. Okay. Getting to the Shadow Ball and going for an undercharge. Because I'm guessing you were going to try to get ahead on energy here was your thought process. So undercharging, the only reason you undercharge is if you come in here with Magnezone to get ahead on knowing that you resist every single move, and getting to almost back-to-back wild charges here is more necessary than just taking it out and keeping switch. Turtonator, going for the flash cannon, which is resisted. Was that a mistake? I don't know if that was a mistake or not. Obviously, Wild Charge is the play there. Got to shield up a potential move, any move really. Like every move is gonna hurt more than anything that this can throw. Just going Ice Beam, yeah. Just get the chip. Nothing they can do can hurt you. And I guess it is neutral because they are half dragon. So fire resisted, ice. And they are out of shields. Okay. Azumarill versus Skarmory. You don't need to leave. You have two answers. I'm seeing a theme, and it's somewhat similar to what I did. You'll see in tomorrow's video. Is you have to switch out. You have to switch out into Lucario and something like that. But oftentimes, I would either stay in for the first one, and then get out. First, like move, then get out, or something like that. So you're staying in, seem to be getting energy and then bailing. Flygon comes back in. This is where Lucario can be dangerous because it's always a bait game, right? Are you going to pop or are you going to Shadow Ball? Because the Shadow Ball would really hurt. And now you need to make a decision here whether you want to just Dragon Claw. You can get to a Shadow Ball now. Comfortably throw a Shadow Ball. This will take it out after being power up punched. So flip switch. So now you have this on the Skarmory. You have the Magnezone on the Skarmory, which is just an instant wall. Easy farm down. Don't need to shield anything. Coming out with energy. Wait to see what it is before you throw. It is a Magnezone. Sorry, did I say Magnezone? Looks like the Extra Drill. Or G-Fisk. Spoiler alert, those are my two tomorrow. G-Fisk and Extra Drill. Flash Cannon, everything is resisted, and he said that he posted a this is a bait game now, or do you not have shields? No, you do have shields, but you still live in an earthquake. He said he posted a update on the Sylph Road, I think Reddit, and mentioned that he started with Mirror Shot, and I'm guessing the question now is Mirror Shot over Flash Cannon. I think Flash Cannon in those situations resisted, but you just saw how much chip that did, right? That was good chip on a resisted move. Going against though, there's the Scizor. Yeah, I thought once he hit Legend would spice it up a little bit. I would watch out for Trailblaze because I imagine this has Trailblaze. Everything's resisted, yeah. So there's a Trailblaze. I expected that, but you can just counter down. What is he doing? This will take you out, but yeah, I think it's worth the shield. He's probably weak to you in the back because if he's, I was about to say, yeah, if he is staying in to throw resisted Trailblaze, you know he's weak in the back here to a counter user. So we'll get the chip on Empoleon. Where do you go from here? Because Volt Switches are obviously super effective. Yeah, I guess that makes obvious sense. You're going to have to shield up a Hydro. Try and farm down. I'm expecting an instant swap here. And is a Como going for the... Again, this is why you probably... Because if I'm not shielding this. Yeah. And I think that's why you run Flash Cannon. I'm just going to stop it right there. In a lot of neutral matchups, a lot of matchups where Steel and Electric are resisted, or at least Electric is resisted on like the Dragons or a ground type Pokemon, you're unlikely to shield a Magnezone, right? Assuming it is a Mirror Shot. And you just assume that if it is an unlucky Flash Cannon, you just take it. And I think that's probably why you run Flash Cannon, to catch a lot of people off guard and do like anywhere from like resisted okay, not great, but resisted damage to like a neutral that did a ton of damage. This I expect to have Overheat. And I expect them to throw it because there's no reason not to. Well, I guess they're going to bait and take you there in the 2 shields. This is when you just go straight Wild Charge knowing that you're going to outpace it. Do you not outpace anymore because they baited? So the thing is, yeah, you still need to take this out because even does a 2 times lowered Overheat take you out? Yeah, especially after you Wild Charge, just 100% with one shot. So they'll flip switch here, but they're now 4 times lowered, and even in neutral, like not 4 times lowered Sludge does not do a ton to Azumarill. I played it again. I go over it in my video tomorrow. That it still takes like 3 Sludges from a Weezing to take out Azumarill, and that's when your attack isn't lowered. So when it is lowered, these really are not doing anything. This is kind of nice just to have this here. So your Lucario is drawing dead-ish. Yeah, I would not be surprised if you chip that, take it out here, because now you can probably outpace and get to the Shadow Ball here in the mid animation. Yep. Catching it off guard, getting those extra counters, this will take it out. Probably. Nope. Okay, just short. Counter down though. A couple more counters. Not insignificant chip. And now it's who is going to outpace who here. And the question is, do 2 play roughs take you out? Looks like it. So now if they are going to outpace you or you're going to outpace them, they threw earlier, so they may be able to outpace you here. And it looks like they have more health anyways. Yeah, so they're going to outpace you. Not a ton you can do. It's tough. That's why when you see my team tomorrow, I am double weak to fire in the back, but again, G-Fisk, Excadrill, so they can kind of deal with fire, right? This lead, you are probably going to play the same way you played last time. Either going to play rough chip here or just take a move. They are also not throwing, so they're probably doing something similar. So might as well get that chip damage with this play rough, and they eventually get out. Melmetal's an interesting one. They're clearly just going to superpower you, and they're just waiting to be able to do it without having to... Okay, and they're going to burn a shield anyways. I assume a superpower. You're just going to let this go. Superpower. Wait, what? Okay, it is enough. Sorry, it was just like there's a weird glare on my screen. I'm like, that was enough, right? But it looked like I had a bit of health left. Coming in Azumarill here. They just lowered their attack, and at best they have Rock Slide, which isn't going to do much. So I think you just... Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense in a meta that's dominated by Azumarill and Tapu to not run Rock Slide and to run Thunderbolts instead. Nice catch. Catching a Play Rough here. And getting alignment. The thing with Magnezone is it's really glassy in the Great League, right? So that was a resisted Play Rough, and these bubbles are coming through and are chipping. And they got their own Magnezone. And I think he just goes double Wild Charge here, right? Even though it's resisted, it's still going to hurt. Back to back here. This will do a good chip. And a CMP, so this is huge. You can just bubble down at this point, especially if they lower their... It is a mirror shot, okay, so they haven't lowered it yet. Caught them, looks like an animation. Take it out. Have a shield left for the Azumarill. Get to the Play Rough. Not enough to take it out. Can they bubble you down before you get to a move? No. Azumarill is way too tanky to get bubbled down there. Magnezone, okay, so bad lead. Do you come instant Lucario? Eventually get out into Lucario. Okay, so this is kind of bad lead, bad switch. Baiting here. I don't know if I love this bait. I'd be very surprised to see a shield. There's really no reason for Azumarill to shield because it can easily take switch on you. Like it can live a Shadow Ball with ease, right? So there's no reason to. If they let this go, then you can maybe Power Punch to punch it down. Yeah, or just counter it down there. So you did flip switch. Not that it matters a ton. You will get a move off here, which will chip it, and then maybe just puts it into Volt switch range. They have to shield. They'll still get to 2 moves. We know it's going to take this down to like the yellow to red because we just saw it reversed. So there's the red. Get the move. They may shield and farm. Yeah, so you have to instant swap. Agreed. Because they're going to get to Wild Charge. Going to let it go. Interesting strategy. Playing for the bait. I don't know. I think in that scenario, I mean, you've hit legend already, so what am I to tell you? But I think in that scenario, if they're willing to commit the shield, they're probably going to go for the nuke just to like con 6. Oh yeah, man, you're at a legend already, so it makes sense that you're getting all these big names, but holy smokes. So good lead, good switch here. The only question is, do they have Hydro Pump? Do you take that risk, or do you just shield and get to 2 Wild Charges? So I like this play because then you're getting into kind of a risky situation that if you're at like if you throw the Wild Charge before, maybe they can bubble like Ice Beam you. Undercharge to get a full Volt Switch through, so that's nice. 5 turn versus 4 turn move, so you throw the Volt Switch and then the move like that. Resisted. I guess both moves are resisted, right? Fire is resisting the electric and... Sorry, fire is resisting the Hydra. Fire is resisting the Flash Cannon. And the electric is being resisted by the Dragon. So I'm expecting them to let this go. Close combat you. Take you out. Yeah, I also think just letting it go because Azumarill is your win condition. Doesn't matter. No, everything's resisted. I want to see how much... Ooh, unless you're running Flash Cannon. Unless you're running Flash Cannon, then it gets more interesting. Yeah, again, you're just not throwing it because they have 2 shields and they have no Pokemon left. So 100% they're going to shield. Yeah, you got to go for this shield. The question is, could you even get to 3 moves here? Looks like you can. But it also looks like you need Katana and get that through because then you would have lost CMP once they got that through. Yeah, so I was wondering if like with that many shields and that low health, if you just bubble down anyways. So we've seen this again. last time you're going to take the move. I think the thing is you can't really go straight Magnezone because it's too risky, right? They probably have an answer to a certain extent for a Magnezone. So you have to come Lucario, but you can't come Lucario right away against Azumarill because then you have a bad matchup. So basically the way you're playing it is kind of the only, I'm surprised by that shield, but basically the way you're playing it is the only way you can really play it. You have to like chip with Azumarill and then come in with your Lucario. Drift Drone will take you out. So now you're gonna try and go 2 shielded. Okay, so you do live that. I thought 113, 14. Yeah, thanks for the IVs as well. Makes sense that you live that. Trying to instant swap just to save this as a potential catch for later. Oh, and there's a Skarmory in the back, so this game's over. So you can very comfortably, what was on the lead? They're going to Brave Bird you. It's going to hurt. Oh, they just go Sky Attack. I'm surprised they didn't Brave Bird. They're going to Brave Bird here, though. I think you have to shield 1. Yeah. I guess good call on the first non-Brave Bird. Okay. You're not going to get to another move, though. And these, yeah, it's these Azumarill left, so this is just a back-to-back boom here. There's not a ton of electric, but Magnezone, Togedemaru, another Azumarill. This is like, I mean, we know this meta is like 12 Pokemon, and that's why this will be my only video today. I'll put out in a short this afternoon. I'll have mine for sure tomorrow morning. Maybe I'll double up tomorrow. Maybe not though. I don't know. It's just such a crap meta. There's like 10 Pokemon, right? So again, thank you for the battles as we watch the same thing for the 4th time. Mirror match Azumarill playing out the same way here where you come in Lucario. I'm going straight Shadow Ball 2. Farmed up a ton of energy there too. So this is nice that you'll come out with energy. Why they did not come out into this right away, I guess they don't want to get switch locked on. But now you just grabbed a shield. Yeah, I guess they don't want to get switch locked. That's not a bad play from them. They don't want to get switch locked, so they're gonna come. You're gonna come Azumarill, but they're gonna have to get out of here. They're just gonna bank a move, or they're gonna throw, or they have a flash cannon, or they're gonna do a huge resisted overheat flash cannon. Yeah, it makes sense to run that because you really don't need the overheat for anything else. Flygon is a killer in the back here. Yeah, what do you gotta throw the flash cannon and hope that they don't. There's only one win con here, and this is it. You have to throw the flash cannon and hope that they do not shield, think it's a mirror shot. Just like that. They still get to a move though. I was about to say that was your only real chance. But they still end up winning anyways. Azumarill into Escvalier. Okay, so this is a decent lead. They may stay in though. It's a good lead, but you don't have Hydro. And these drill runs do come pretty quick. So they're probably, in this scenario, going to get at least, they're going to Acid Spray and then try and drill run you. It's not a bad idea. Going for Ice Beams resisted, Play Rough resisted, might as well go for the better move here and Play Rough. Did grab a shield. I don't think a drill run, even though your defense is in the ground, is going to take you out. And you'll still probably be able to take 40% Play Rough here. Resisted. Maybe still takes out. No, not quite. Both instant swap. I mean, if you're going to instant swap in the back end here, this is the one you want to do it. Just because it is, even though it has Fly in the name, it is a Dragon Ground. You are just going Power Punch counter. Just get that neutral, hard-hitting damage. Enough to take it out. The Shadow version. Oof. And the Azumarill in the back. So getting the Shadow Ball chip, which is good. You obviously have the Magnezone on it. That does a ton of damage. Holy smokes. just going to do chip here. Are you going to come in and just... The Azumarill is just going to absorb this damage is my guess. Or because they can maybe bubble you down. So you might have to... Yeah. You're probably low enough that coming in with these Azumarills would have been a bad idea because they could just bubble you down. Okay, the Escvalier comes in. That doesn't do anything. I'm guessing they're resting. The only reason they quit there is if they don't have Hydro. They're running Ice Beam Play Rough too, which is the recommended movesite, and it is also what I am running tomorrow, Ice Beam Play Rough. So that is it. Thank you for the mission. Thank you for the team. Congrats on Legend. Yeah, I think it's a good team. Like, again, it's my team tomorrow, which is my best team so far that I went 13-2 with, is Azumarill, Galarian Stunfisk, Excadrill. And it's the same idea, right? Double weak to fighting, double weak to fire, double weak to ground. Come in here. I use G-Fist as my save swap. Azumarill punishes, and then your other one roams free. Same concept. And it works. So yeah, I'll probably be running something similar when you watch my video tomorrow, which I actually filmed for today. You'll see that I'm going to say that I'm going to run basically that team as my hard team. So you'll have that team tomorrow. You'll have at least one Whimsicott team that I put together. And then I know there's at least one more submission that'll check that out. So thank you for this mission. Link in the description if you want to submit. But that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.